everyone, I'm needlecraft This is Flosstube number 155, and I'm once again here to show you what I stitched on over the last week. Made it on a Monday, very happy about that. But it is going to be a busy Monday once again, so I have to hurry up a little bit. So I hope this is a fast one. I basically only have 4 projects to show you, only 3 of them I stitched on, so it should be kind of fast. Yeah, let's get started with my travel stitching. So basically, travel stitching for me is a project I take with me whenever I'm out of the house and I think I might be able to stitch something. I also always take crochet and knitting, so a busy week doesn't necessarily mean a lot of travel stitching, because for travel stitching, the project I have at the moment, I still need a little bit of space, and therefore it's not the absolute easiest project. And sometimes if I don't have that much time, I rather take out my knitting, which is very, well, it's kind of small. I just have my two needles and can start knitting. And therefore it's a little bit more enclosed. So sometimes knitting is easier. But if I do have the space and the time to do some stitching out of the house, it is on this project. Those are my raspberries. Basically, I cannot pronounce a whole lot on this page, so I just tell you that if you go to this website down here, you can put the website on English, and then you can search for either the designer, which is her name up here, so you get a lot of similar style patterns, or you search for raspberries, then this one will come up. Yeah, so that's what it's going to look like when it's done, and I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So not a whole lot of progress, but at least a little bit. Basically, I think I did 3 lengths of thread. I concentrated on this motif over here. So stitched everything that was missing in the lightest and the middle shade of brown. With my leftover thread, I then moved on to the next motif down here, which is that one. So I stitched on that one, and with the leftover thread, moved down here. And next time I stitch on this one, I will then stitch with the darkest brown, which is just the thread used for backstitching. So I'm going to backstitch that part, and then stitch all the missing stitches and backstitch everything in here. Once again, moving with the leftover thread down here. And then I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do next. If I then concentrate on this motif down here, or if I move back here and concentrate on those leaves. Because on those leaves I'm going to stitch on anyways. For March, one of my WIPGO goals is 500 stitches in green. So with that one, I'm coming back to the raspberries and focus on those leaves in here. This project is stitched on a 28 count linen that came with the chart. So if you order the chart, the fabric is always included. And as you can see, there's a lot of margin on that fabric. So that's very nice. And then it is stitched 1 or 2 strands of floss full cross or 1 strand of floss half cross. So just a lot of variety in the stitching, but the outcome is just amazing. My needleminder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and yeah. I can't wait to come back to this piece. I'm very happy about 500 stitches in green for March, so I can give this some extra attention. I hope that I will be able to do some more travel stitching to just get this moving along. I really love this project. I started it on the 2nd of January this year, so about 2 months ago, and I'm getting closer and closer to a finish actually, so that's just really nice. It's a kind of a fast project and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, those are my raspberries. Very, very happy with that. So then for my normal rotation. Last Monday, no, my last video was on Tuesday. So on Tuesday last week, when I did my video, I told you that I had 1 WIPGO goal left for February, and that's going to be the first thing I concentrate on during that week. So that WIPGO goal was 1000 stitches on a fancy lady. So I decided, because I don't have any John Elliott's or Mirabilias or anything like that started anymore, I more or less have only full coverage except for 2 projects that have both started this year. So I decided to go with one of my full coverage fancy ladies, and we decided to go with Mini Cinderella because I really want to finish this project this year. It is artwork by Alexander Daw, charted by Haut Designs. This is going to be the finished piece. And as I said, I did 1,000 stitches for my WIPGO. I think it took me until Wednesday to finish that. Yeah, Wednesday. And then I stitched on it once again yesterday on Sunday for Focus on a Finish Sunday. As I said, I want to finish this project. And yesterday I think I did an additional 250 something stitches. So yeah, really nice progress on this project. Let me show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So I'm very, very happy with that. On this project, the first 5 pages, so the first 4 pages in the first row, and then page number 5, the first page of the second row, are all done. And then, with the remaining pages, I take the highest stitch up, not yet stitched, from top to bottom, left to right, on each page, and do 1 length of thread. So I start on page 6, take the highest symbol up, 1 length of thread, move over to page 7, and so on. With 1,000 stitches, I normally get through all of those pages and do a few more threads back up in those first pages. So basically I did a lot over here, in here, down here in the dress there's noticeable difference. There's a lot more stitches down here, and I did some black in here and moved down here, so that number is more visible as well. For Focus on a Finish Sunday, I then started back on page number 6 and took the first symbol out of there. So a lot more in this part as well. And yeah, slowly but surely the inner circle of the clock is going to be filled in. It looks amazing. I think I did a lot more in her hand over here as well. So yeah, she's coming along great. I'm not exactly sure how much stitches are still missing, but something like less than 9,000 stitches missing until the finish of this piece. Page number 8 is kind of close to being done. I think 3 more lengths of thread and page number 8 will be done. So that's probably going to be the next page that's going to be finished. So that's something I look forward to. Yeah, can't wait to get this done. Can't wait. It is stitched on a 28 count light blue even weave. I'm stitching 1/1 4 crosses. Needleminder is from Denker Designs. Yeah. What else can I say about this? Probably nothing more. Yeah. It will come out once again this week on Sunday for Focus on a Finish Sunday. I really want to finish it. So at the moment, I don't have anything else for Focus on a Finish Sunday. I paused this one a few times on a few Sundays and did stitch on something else because I was close to page finish on those other projects and really wanted to go get those in as well. So I did that. But at the moment, I don't have anything like that. So yeah, I'm just concentrating on Mini Cinderella to maybe finish something in the first half of the year. Let's go with that. Okay, so on Wednesday I finished Mini Cinderella, and that meant on Thursday I then got started with my rotation from the top again. My rotation basically means that I choose one of my projects randomly, do 1,000 stitches, put it away, and choose the next project until I have stitched on all of my projects for 1,000 stitches each, and then I restart the rotation. That's basically it. So I started new with the rotation, all of my projects, and the first one that was chosen was my start that I had in February, which is Kabeljau. This is a project I charted myself with the help of Pick to Pat. It is a remembrance piece for my grandpa. He always recited this poem called Kabeljau by Heinz Erhardt. I had a comment last week that you had problems, someone had a problem Googling for it, didn't find it or anything like that. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put the complete poem in the description box or just put a link to the poem in the description box. So that's going to be there. So yeah, that's the one I'm stitching on. And once again, 1,000 stitches got me some nice progress. So let me show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. Very happy with that. This one is stitched on a 55 count that I got from Kaylee, Kaylee 10 Stitch. She will be linked below. She has an amazing Flosstube channel. And this is her shop. And I'm stitching 1/2 full crosses with DMC variations in the color 4150. Needleminder as well from Kaylee. And since you saw it last, I basically did all of those lines in the fin up here, completed the body part down here below the fin until it touched that fin over here. And then I moved further to the right side of the design to finish his face. And I got so close to his eye, I really wanted to start his eye, so I started with that. Next time I will stitch on this one, I will finish the eye and move further along into his face because I really want to get his face done. So yeah, it looks amazing. I'm so happy with this project. Yeah, it's so cool. I'm really happy with how it turns out. Yeah, that's that. Anything else to say about this project? I don't think so. So let me put it away. I said I wanted to be fast, and it is turning out to be quite fast. I finished Kabeljau on Saturday, and I did pull the next project because I thought I would have some more time on Saturday evening to stitch on my next project, and then a few things came up and I totally ran out of time. So I did not start with my second project for the rotation, but I have already pulled it out. And then we got our WIPGO goals for March. And last time I said I want to start right away with my WIPGO goals for March. Well, it is not March and yet we still have 2 days of February left. Sorry. Which means I'm not going to start my March goals yet. First, I'm going to stitch one more project in my rotation because I'm not getting it done today. I will at least need until tomorrow, probably even Wednesday as well. And after that, I move towards my WIPGO goals for March. But we're going to talk about that after I showed you which projects I'm going to stitch on next. So the next project that was chosen was Storykeeper for Prince, also charted by Havenlove Designs. The artwork is from Dallin. This is going to be the finished piece. I show you where I'm at with that one. So this is where I'm at with that. I stitched this in diagonals of 10 by 10 blocks. I'm presently down here. So I will finish that diagonal and I think I will start the next one as well to get my 1,000 stitches. It is stitched on a 32 count light blue linen. I'm stitching 2/110 stitch needleminder from Denker Designs. Yeah, and I think this time is finishing this diagonal and starting this next one will get me 1,000 stitches with just background. And then coming back to it for my next rotation probably means I'm going to stitch on just her for another 1,000 stitches. So kind of annoying that I'm not doing it half-half, but still, progress is progress, if it's on background or on the motif itself. And down here, soonish, I think 1 or 2 more blocks, this bridge will come up. So that's nice as well. So yeah, that's my next project. My project for today, probably tomorrow, or for sure tomorrow as well, and probably even Wednesday. For 1,000 stitches on that one. And then I move for my WIPGO goals for March. Well, during March, the WIPGO goals, one is 500 stitches in green. That one I'm really excited about because with that one I'm going to stitch on my raspberries. As I said before, just doing more in those leaves over here if I really need some more stitches, I can go down here or over here. But I don't think I run out of 500 stitches in those leaves. Those are big. So that's going to happen whenever I'm done with the frog prints. And then the second one is 500 stitches in blue. And back when I decided on those goals, I was like, yeah, I for sure have some blue stitches on some of my projects. So when I saw that WIPGO goal, I started thinking, and basically 2 projects came to mind where I can do 500 stitches in blue. One being Supersize Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. If I stitch a lot in the top, but there was a lot of sky. Sorry, I didn't bring the picture. Probably should have. But basically there was a whole lot of sky, and I thought, yeah, for sure I can do 500 stitches up in the top. And now thinking about it, my next diagonal would start in the top, so I was like, yeah, that would work out great. And then I realized I'm getting into a part where there's a lot of black, there's a lot of brown, because some tree is starting. So probably not the best project. Second project that immediately came to mind when I thought about blue was Norwegian Ship Under Sail, because it is a ship sailing on the sea, and the sea is blue. I'm doing that one in diagonal pages, and I'm presently stitching on a page in the ship. The next page downwards will also be a lot in the ship and basically no blue at all, and only then will I get into the sea. And I kind of don't want to skip pages. I want to keep it the way I stitched. So I decided that second March WIPGO goal is going to be put aside. I'm not going to stitch on that during March. I'm going to wait until, with Norwegian Ship Under Sail, I reach the part where I'm in the water, and then I'm doing those 500 stitches for my WIPGO. So for March, I only have one WIPGO goal, and that one will be on raspberries. Coming up soonish. Whenever frog prints is done, I'm going to do 500 stitches on the raspberries, and then I continue with my rotation. Basically uninterrupted, except for focus on a finish and until my new start is coming, which will be the middle of March somewhere. So yeah, that's that. I'm kind of annoyed at myself for taking 500 stitches in blue into my WIPGO project, because thinking about it now, 500 stitches in brown would have been perfect. I have so many projects where I could use 500 stitches in brown or even 500 stitches in gray. But I decided to go with those primary colors, with those bright colors, and I don't have that many projects where I use those colors. But yeah, that's that. I just wait until I'm down in the water for Norwegian Ship Under Sail. So yeah, that's that. And that's my video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it's a kind of a short one. And I will see you next Monday. Bye.